Welcome to this explainer. Today we're doing something really incredible. We're merging ancient Vedic philosophy with modern quantum concepts to unpack the very fabric of reality. Have you ever felt completely torn between wanting to go out and conquer the world and just wanting to stay in bed all day? Well, the answer to that daily struggle isn't just in your head. It might literally be hardwired into the subatomic particles of your existence.
So we are exploring a mind-bending premise today. The idea that physical matter is literally charged with consciousness. We're going to bridge the deep theories of the Upanishads, modern concepts like neuroplasticity, and the brilliantly practical survival manual that is the 14th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Our ultimate goal? To decode this consciousness charge so you can actually use it to find clarity, peace, and real success in our pretty chaotic modern world. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The Consciousness Charge.
To really understand our daily behaviors and struggles, we have to look way down at the microscopic building blocks of reality. Now, modern science looks at atoms, right? But Vedic tradition proposes something fascinating. That physical matter is actually dressed or layered in consciousness. Think of these epi-fields as subtle layers of conscious energy, kind of floating like ripples in a vast cosmic ocean. It suggests that consciousness isn't just some random accident of brain chemistry. No, it's the ultimate organizing principle behind literally everything.
And this brings us to a really fascinating Vedic rule called Panchikaran. Think of it as the universe's ultimate charging cable. It's the exact mechanism that infuses dead physical matter with the actual spark of life. It literally charges basic cosmic elements into quantifiable, measurable conscious energy. It is, quite literally, a subatomic consciousness charge.
So how does this actually build into our human experience? Well, this consciousness forms a sort of capsule structure called the Jiva. Imagine it as the ultimate user interface. It's the exact point where your pure ethereal consciousness plugs into your physical neurology and, by extension, the outer world around you.
Section 2. From Theory to Practice.
Okay, so we have this incredible framework of subatomic epifields and consciousness charges. But how do we actually apply that to a stressful Tuesday morning when you're running late and overwhelmed? For that, we turn to two foundational texts. The Upanishads provide the profound theory. They ask the big question, what is ultimate reality? But the Bhagavad Gita, that acts as your daily survival manual. Where the Upanishads will tell you you are pure consciousness, the Gita steps in and tells you exactly how to live as that consciousness while you're, paying bills, dealing with stress, and managing your relationships.
Section 3. The 3 Gunas.
To give us those practical tools, Chapter 14 of the Gita explains that this subatomic consciousness charge manifests inside of us as 3 distinct gears, or gunas. Mother Nature essentially shifts us into one of these 3 gears to get her work done. First up is sattva, that's goodness, clarity, and peace. Second is rajas, which is your passion and boundless energy. And third is tamas, ignorance, inertia, and laziness. These 3 forces are constantly fighting for dominance inside you, and the winner dictates your exact mood and personality in any given moment.
The ancient text describes this dynamic so beautifully. Think of your pure consciousness as a helium balloon that just wants to fly free. These 3 gunas are the literal strings tying your soul down to the physical world. And as long as those strings hold tight, we feel limited, bound, and stressed.
Section 4. The car analogy.
Now, even though they bind us, we absolutely need all 3 gunas to function in this world. Imagine for a second you were driving a car. Rajas is your accelerator. It gives you the ambition and the sheer energy to chase your goals. Tamas is your brake. It forces you to slow down, get some sleep, and recover. But sattva? Sattva is your steering wheel. Think about it. If you have a gas pedal and a brake but no steering wheel, you are absolutely going to crash. Sattva provides the crucial wisdom to know exactly when to push forward and when to rest.
Section 5. Escaping the 3 robbers.
The texts offer this incredible metaphor to explain how we can navigate all of this. Imagine a traveler accosted by 3 robbers in a dark forest. The forest is our world. The first robber, tamas, says, "Just kill him. This is the thief of ignorance and destruction." The second robber, rajas, argues, No, just tie him up and loot him, binding you with endless worldly desires and attachments. Finally, the third robber, sattva, sneaks back, unties the traveler, and points the way out of the forest. Sattva is the thief of goodness that rescues you. But here is the wild part. Even Sattva is a robber. It's still a material boundary that points the way, but eventually to achieve pure freedom, you have to transcend even Sattva.
Section 6. Cultivating a Peaceful Life.
So knowing all this, how do we consciously engineer our own subatomic charge to actually excel in life? Well, as we know, these gunas are in a constant internal tug-of-war. To overpower the restless, chaotic anxiety of rajas and the heavy, lazy depression of tamas, you have to actively grow your sattva slice. When sattva becomes the dominant force, the other gears naturally fall into harmony.
And you can literally elevate your consciousness charge through super simple daily actions. You cultivate sattva by doing things like eating pure, home-cooked foods rather than heavy, processed junk food. You can shake off the tamas of sleep by moving your body with morning yoga or Surya Namaskar. And you focus your mind by reading just a few verses of spiritual wisdom like the Gita every single day.
The results of making these shifts are profound. The ancient texts say that when sattva is strong, literal light and clarity appear in all the sensory gateways of your body. And what's amazing is modern science actually backs this up. Neuroimaging shows that meditative, sattvic practices induce structural neuroplasticity in the brain. You are literally rewiring yourself for emotional stability and peace. You're building that clear steering wheel needed to handle modern life struggles with incredible grace.
We've seen how ancient Vedic wisdom and modern physics point to the exact same beautiful truth. You are a being of quantifiable conscious energy. Because you now understand these subatomic gears, you're no longer just a helpless passenger in your own life. You have the ultimate agency to master this energy. So, I want to leave you with this. When you wake up tomorrow morning and face the chaos of the world, which guna will you let take the wheel?